first one is find the orbital angular momentum of 2p orbital in terms of h by 2 pi units. What is the question? Find the orbital angular momentum of 2p orbital in terms of h by 2 pi units. What is the formula for orbital angular momentum? Orbital angular momentum is equal to square root of L into L plus 1 into h by 2 pi, where L is all of you know, azimuthal quantum number. Here, for which orbital he asked the angular momentum, calculate orbital angular momentum, 2p orbital. Okay, here see the azimuthal quantum number explains the subenergy level. What is the subenergy level? On the basis of the azimuthal quantum number, we will say the which subenergy level, the electron is present in which subenergy level. If the L value is 0 means the electron is present in S subenergy level. If electron is in first, that means L has a L value 1, the electron is present in P subenergy level. If the L value is a 2, D subenergy level. If L equal to 3, F subenergy level. Okay, here the orbital is a 2p. Orbital is a 2p means the electron is present in p subenergy level. Here, what is the L value for L value for p subenergy level? That is a 1. Substitute the 1 here. The orbital angular momentum for 2p is a square root of 1 into 1 plus 1 into h by 2 pi. Here these are square root of 1 into 1 plus 1 is a 2, root 2 into h by 2 pi. So the orbital angular momentum of of 2p is a square root of 2 into h by 2 pi. Okay. Next, see, write down the 4 quantum numbers for the valency electron of rubidium. What is that? Write down the 4 quantum numbers for last electron. That is the valency electron is also we say the last electron or outermost electron. Write down the 4 quantum numbers for the last electron or valency electrons of rubidium. Which group it is? You know, either if you know energy order of orbitals, or if you know the element belongs to which group element. Students, if you know writing the energy order of different orbitals, that is 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d, 4p, 5s, 4d, like that. According to the Euler diagram, you know order of energy of different orbitals. That means the filling of different orbitals order. Or otherwise, if you know the element belongs to which group, that is very very easy. You must if you know a group number, writing the 4 quantum numbers for the last electron of element is very very easy. Here see the rubidium. Rubidium is our first A group element. What are the first A group elements? Hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Okay? Always you learn the elements, you remember the elements on the basis of the groups. It is easy to study the properties and the configuration, whatever their properties, the reading of our properties and remembering of the properties of elements is very very easy. So all of you learn the elements, remember the elements in a group wise manner. So here the first 3 group elements are hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. See, in a long form of periodic table you have 7 groups. In a long form of periodic table the periodic table has 7 periods and 18 groups. So here these are group elements, means it is a first element, second period element, third period, fourth period, fifth, sixth and seventh period element. Okay, first A group means they have a general configuration NS1. General configuration NS1. Here, if the element is a first period element, it has a 1s1 is the outer configuration, and the second period element, it has a 2s1. If it is a third period, it has a 3s1. Okay, like that. So they have a general configuration NS1. Hydrogen has 1s1 because it is a first period element and a first group element. First group has a NS1 configuration. Period means the n value is a first period means n value is a 1. But in the second period means n value is a 2 but S1. Same group element, so the S1 configuration cannot changes. And third period 3s1, fourth period 4s1, fifth period 5s1, sixth period 6s1, seventh period 7s1. Okay, here he asked the rubidium. Rubidium which group and which period element? First A group and fifth period element. So it has a valency configuration, that is a 5s1. 5s1. So here see, it has only one valency electron. Write down 4 quantum numbers. What are the 4 quantum numbers? Principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number and spin quantum number. Okay? You know the n value. What is the n value here? Which period the element? Fifth period. N value is a 5. And s orbital have a azimuthal quantum number. Now only we see that is a 0. The magnetic quantum number also has a s orbital 0. Okay. 1 electron means you will take a plus half or minus half. Okay. So the 4 quantum numbers of rubidium are 5, 0, 0 plus half. This is a very easy method. You know element, which group and which period. On the basis of the group and period, write a configuration, valency configuration. Afterwards, you'll write the 4 quantum numbers. Otherwise, write down here you gave a atomic number. So write down the atomic on the basis of the atomic number configuration. That is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Up to these 10 electrons. 3s2, 3p6 and 4s2, 20. How much remember? Reminder? Reminder is 70. So 3d 10. 3d 10 means 30 over. So 4p 6. 4p 6. 5s 1. Okay? 2 plus 4. 2 plus 2 4. 10. 12, 18, 20, 30, 36, 37. Okay. First, you know the order of energy of different orbitals. Afterwards, you will fill the electrons in orbitals and sum the electrons, you will get the atomic number. Okay. So here the valency shell, outer shell is a 5s1. To the write down the 4 quantum numbers. Okay, which is a easy one. These are easy one. Okay, remember these. Remember the elements in a group manner. Okay, so which group the element, which group element it is, and it belongs to which period. Okay, in that case, very easy to write down the 4 quantum numbers of valency electron. Valency electron or electrons. Go to the next one. Which of the following ion has the maximum number of unpaired electrons, maximum number of unpaired electrons. See here, magnesium, titanium, vanadium, iron is given. Okay, simply I will set a simple trick for a D block elements. These are D block elements: titanium, vanadium, and iron. These are D block elements. And also these are D block are three series: 3D, 4D, and 5D. Three D series. In these three are 3D series elements. Okay, all of you know very well 1 to 30 elements. Okay, in the 21 to 30 are the 3D series. 21 atomic number 21 to 30 are the 3D series elements. Okay, those you remember in your fingertips: scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, like that. Okay, so scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, like that. So scandium means the D has a 1 electron. Okay, so their configuration see now. Argon 4s2 3d 1 to 10. Argon 4s2 3d 1 to 10. So here D1 means scandium, D2 titanium, D3 vanadium, D4 not a 4 due to the stability. Here chromium, the electron jumps from 4s to 3d, there 4s1 3d5, that is due to stability the electron in S is jumped to D and form a 4s1 3d5 configuration. Next copper also 4s1 3d10, actually 4s2 3d9, but due to stability the S electron jumps into D and form a 4s1 3d10 configuration. Okay, so you remember that the 10 elements in your fingertips. Okay, so scandium 1, so D1, titanium 2nd, D2, vanadium 3, so the D3, chromium etc. Chromium and copper, chromium 5, next manganese 5, iron 6, like that you will remember. Okay, see here titanium, vanadium and iron. So the titanium is a second element, means it has a configuration argon 4s2 3d2. Vanadium, I am writing here, vanadium is a argon 4s2 3d3, and iron is a sixth element. So iron has argon 4s2 3d6, sixth element, D 6 electrons. See here the titanium, these are only Ti, means in a neutral state, but here he gave a titanium plus 3. It carry 3 units positive charge. 3 units positive charge means it lost 3 electrons. 3 electrons. See here D is a where filling the electron after completing the 4s, the electron enter into 3d. But actually the valency shell is a 4s. Valency shell is a 4s. So first you remove the valency electrons. What are the valency electrons here? 4s electrons. So remove the 4s electrons first. After remove from the 3d. Okay. See here. Plus 3 means a removal of 3 electrons. 2 electrons from 4s and 1 electron from 3d. So the titanium plus 3 has configuration argon 4s 0 3d 1. Argon 4s 0 3d 1. T has a 5 orbitals. So 1, 3d1 means it has a one unpaired electron. One unpaired electron. Go to the vanadium. Argon 4s2, 3d3. Here vanadium also carry 3 units positive charge. Means remove the 3 electrons. 2 electrons from S, 1 electron from D. So we will get the D plus 3 is equal to argon 4s0, 3d2. 3d2. Write down a orbital representation diagram here. So 5 means 1, 2. And next iron. It also carry plus 2 charge. Means 2 units of positive charge. Remove the 2 electrons. So here Fe plus 2 has configuration 4s0, 3d6. 3d6. Here also write down the orbital representation. 5 orbitals. Here D has a 6 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Here the iron Fe plus 2 has 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 unpaired electrons. 4 unpaired electrons. B plus 3 has 2 unpaired electrons. 2 unpaired electrons. Okay. Like that. First write down a configuration and write down the configuration for the ion. If we give an ion and ask it the unpaired electron, in that write down a ion configuration. After write down the electron filling. Electron filling. Okay. So like that, titanium Ti plus 3 has 1 electron and vanadium has 2 unpaired electrons and iron has a 4 unpaired electrons. And coming to Mg plus 2. Mg plus 2. Magnesium, which group element? It is a second A group element. Second A group element. Here, see, magnesium is a second A group element. Means it has a configuration, general configuration NS2. NS2. Magnesium, all of you know, it has a 12 atomic number. Configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s2. This is a Mg configuration. Mg plus 2 means it carries 2 units of positive charge. Means which one is the valency shell? 3s. So the electrons in valency shell lost. Means so it has a configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Here the 2s2, 2p6 is an inert gas configuration and also inert gas configuration is a stable configuration and all the orbitals are filled with the electrons. There is a completely filled orbitals are there. There is a no unpaired electron. So Mg plus 2 has a 0 unpaired electrons. That means if you see a ion configuration is an inert gas configuration, they does not carry unpaired electrons. They does not have a unpaired electrons. Okay, 0 unpaired electrons. Titanium has a 1 unpaired electron. Vanadium has a 2 unpaired electrons. Iron has a 4 unpaired electrons. So the maximum unpaired electrons are present in Fe plus 2. Okay. The next one, energy of an electron is given by E equal to minus 2.178 into 10 power minus 18 Z square by N square joules. Okay, wavelength of light required to excite an electron in an hydrogen from a level n equal to 1 to n equal to 2. Okay, here two methods we will use. One is by using the hydrogen spectrum, the wave number nu bar equal to 1 by lambda, that equal to r z square into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. Okay, here you know the r value, r is a constant and Z is a hydrogen atomic number 1, N1 and N2. N1 is a lower energy level, N2 is a higher energy level. Okay, so substitute the values and find them. And next method is here, give the energy. Okay, by using that, what he said, energy of an electron is given and wavelength of light required to excite an electron. So here, what happened? N equal to 1 and N equal to 2. Electron is jumping from first energy level to second energy level. So here, for first energy level, here N is a 1, Z is a 1. So then calculate a E1 and E2. Calculate the E1 and E2. And afterwards, delta E equal to E2 minus E1. Change in a energy. For that energy, you should calculate the wavelength. Okay, delta E you know. After energy equal to hc by lambda. So lambda equal to hc by delta E. Here delta E. Okay, so these two methods you will use to solve the problem. Okay, I am taking this one. So here 1 by lambda is equal to R is a 1.09 into 10 power 5 centimeter inverse, and 1 by n1 square is a 1 square, n2 square is a 2 square. So that is a 3 by 4. So 1.09 into 10 power 5 into 3 by 4 centimeter inverse. That is a 1 by lambda. What is a lambda? Lambda is inverse of this one. So 4 by 1.09 into 10 power 5 into 3 centimeter. Okay. 3 will cancel 1.33 like that. So take this 133 by 109 into 10 power plus 5 going out 10 power minus 5 centimeter. So lambda equal to 1 time point does not cancels. 33 means 21 is there. So 210 means 2 times into 10 power minus 5 centimeter. Lambda is equal to into 100 by 100. That means 120 into 10 power minus 7 centimeter. 10 power minus 7 centimeter means 1 nanometer. So the lambda is equal to 120 nanometers. So if you pass the light having a wavelength 120 nanometers, in that case the electron jumped from first energy level to second energy level. If the energy is a minus 2.17 into 10 power minus 18 z square by n square. Okay. And go to the next one. The ratio of the energy of a photon of a 200 angstroms wavelength radiation to that of 4000 angstroms radiation. Here, what is the relation between energy and wavelength? Energy is inversely related to wavelength. So, E1 by E2. Here, he asked the ratio of energy of two radiations with different wavelengths. So, E1 by E2 is equal to lambda 2 by lambda 1. Here, first radiation has wavelength 200 angstroms. Second radiation has 400 angstroms. So substitute here lambda 1 and lambda 2, find out the energy ratios. E1 by E2 equal to 400 angstrom by 200 angstrom. Angstrom will be cancelled. 2 cancel 2 times. So the ratio of energy is 2:1.